recording. And Goplana, if you
dear.
could give me a brief overview of what occurred last session, please.
We went to speak to big, scary, impy thing, which Lana had some things and accepted them as a token of trust, but nothing else. We left him. We went down to go and try and find the Cerberus as all alarms were going off, and we knew Mac was down there. We kept going down. We met a blue dragon in the crypt, and that's when Jack decided to show up, the little bastard. We kept going down. We finally hit the crypt, started fighting Macalith, because there was two. There was one on the floor sleeping next to the Cerberus, obviously doing some dream sleepy shit. The other one was telling us that he was very disappointed in us for following him, and then started to attack. Jack then got really pissed off because Lana, the friendly fire, kept whacking him with stuff. And then he pulled off a complete dick move and took the Cerberus and Macalith with him into a different plane. And we're all very pissed with it. Oh, and then Sema decided to open the portal to hell, and Lana charmed person her into staying and is about to go and hide. Yeah.
Pretty good summary. Yeah. After your confrontation with Macalith's duplicate and the portrayal of Handsome Jack, Fury rushed over Summer after accessing the contents of the scroll she's been carrying this whole time, as she opened a portal gate to Dis. Unfortunately for Goplana, she swiftly cast a spell in order to stop her, which is where we finish the session. You're still in this room. The words of the AI echo in your memory that the relocation was complete. Each of you at this point are exhausted. From the events that just occurred. What would you like to do?
Well, are there any other doors out of here, or is it the way we came?
It would appear that it's just the way you came. One thing to point out is, as you kind of stand within this space, the pale white light from the crystals begins to mote to a pale blue colour. Your chain, Goplana, does not seem to pull in any sort of direction as you had become familiar with. However, if you was to kind of get closer to these stones, it does seem to like hum, ready for an interaction. And of course, the way that you came through was the library, so you still have that just beyond the hallway of which you entered this room.
Okay. Do we all want to get out of the circle so we don't get trapped in if I touch this against it?
That is a good idea, I feel.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you trying to interact with the stone?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you touch it, the AI voice you'd become familiar with sounds different. Instead of the male AI that you've all become familiar with, this seems to have more of a female tone.
Is this fucking Holly from Red Dwarf?
No, it is Cortana. He said it's blue.
As it greets you, it says, "Greetings, registered warden."
I'm tired. Is there anything else in this room that I need to deal with?
Please specify.
Oh, I don't know. You do that. So, bit of a problem. Cerberus is now on a different plane of existence. We're working on getting him back eventually. Is there any way I can put this? Can I put the shield back up? Like imprisonment back up?
Relocation to the Alabaster Seas was in order to secure high-level security areas, including the crypt, contraband library, and max holding. All security measures are in place.
Okay.
I don't think the bubble can go up if there's nothing in it. I'm gonna
Okay.
guess, yeah. But that might be a good thing. It might mean the second we put the Cerberus in, it goes automatically
True.
back up, which
Okay.
would be ideal.
Okay. Cool.
Please allow me to welcome you to the Alabaster Seas destination of Palaram.
Thank you. I'm really glad to be here.
Are all the occupants the same?
Yeah.
Is it like a different structure but everyone's moved around, or is it literally like TARDIS disappeared one place, appeared another?
Are you asking this to the AI?
Yes, I guess. I'm doing like a if it doesn't work, I'll just ask Lana and tell Lana to ask it. But
Relocation of Palaram was to prevent high-risk areas being infiltrated. Relocation includes high-level security areas only, including the crypt, the contraband library, and max holding.
okay, so what was that? That is fuck. Let me go to my
the last
PowerPoint.
3. So the dragon, the library, and here. So this is the only 3 places.
No, contraband was the spider lady, I think.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Because that was like confiscated items, wasn't it?
The AI specified the contraband library.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, right. I thought I meant library in the
Oh no, the
biblical
money's all the
sense.
way back down there.
Fuck's sake.
Fuck.
Are you in need of exceeded funds?
Yes.
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 Please specify reason for additional fund requirements.
God, uniform expenses.
It's Janet and Accountant's birthday.
Yeah, yes, it's someone's birthday. We relocation to make links with people in towns. We need expensive wages. Wages are a lot of money at the moment. We're working on I've read about London living wages. We should be on those. Hourly pay is really good.
Danger pay.
Yes.
Hazard pay. Definitely hazard pay.
Yeah, hazard pay. We're working with some high class people. We really need to be aware of, especially that dragon down south. Oh, not great fun.
Calculating.
He says
Specified
fivefold.
funds will be distributed at your disapparition chest near the main hall in the guard's hold.
Is that the spider?
Disapparition chest. I'm gonna guess disapparition means like teleporting, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what Zephyr wanted me to have.
Ah. Well, now we have one. Isn't that fun?
Okay, cool. Fantastic. Can I get a list of residents, please, in the Alabaster CS?
Current registered guard. Recent access. 10 guards. Grunt, Falafor, Cassidy, Rhonda, Shalak, Altreus, Dalton, Suk, Jean, Walk Huve.
Well, when was the
Any of them-
last known sighting of them?
Registered 2 hours ago.
Oh shit!
Sorry, out of character. I watched Roadhouse yesterday. Is Dalton from? Did you get inspiration from Roadhouse?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
What about Code Geass? Geass. There's a character called Dalton in that as well.
No.
Random name generator.
And
Yeah,
these
my
are-
head.
these
Sorry.
Shit. Sorry, no, thinking out loud. Okay, right. And 2 hours ago. Oh, we're gonna out of character. We're gonna have to pretend to be actual guards. Shit.
Please repeat command.
Can you have you made them known that we're here?
Conducting Tannoy system alert.
Could you alert them that there is a new?
Good morning, guards of
Oh,
Palaram. Please stand by.
Good. Great.
And as you're saying good, great, you can hear it echo in different corridors of the dungeon.
Hi there, new warden from down by Stilben. We've just been relocated here after a maximum security breach. Oh dear. Please, we're coming up towards you. It'll be good to meet you finally. Close communications.
You kind of hear a boom.
Shit.
Apologies, Warden. All guards are not currently in the main hall.
Where are they?
Recess.
Oh, the little guard room off to the side. Or are they on break? Surely they wouldn't all be on break at the same time. That seems very dangerous for a prison. If every single prison guard just fucked off at 12.
You're forgetting one thing about this prison.
Did it last a million years? I say we start trekking back to the top then.
Yeah. Can you ask Jeeves, is there any can you tell me registered life forms, as in alive people here?
Including residents.
Yes.
A list, if possible,
How
with,
many?
with names and vague descriptions of each person.
Indeed.
Living residents. 1.
Uh-oh.
Deceased. Many. 44. Secure
Shit.
chamber residents. Deceased. 3. Guards. 15.
That's including us. Okay, so there's
Beasts.
just oh shit.
2.
Oh.
Feline.
Mm.
It's counting us now.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's us 5 plus 10 from upstairs. Apparently none of them are dead.
So they are alive, then he's not just registering
The corpse is on the floor.
yeah.
Or whatever.
So the one alive will be the dragon.
Let's hope
If
not.
it-
He
if
didn't
the
have
crypt-
anything fun to offer.
If the crypts move, it will be the dragon. Shit.
Balls.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna have to go back and deal with the. Oh, right. Okay. Let's go up then. Maybe we can have a long rest and actually get some things.
Wait, so down like in Stilburn, I'm trying to picture what that's like now. Has like half of the prison disappeared, but it's still got like 4 branches.
So,
like,
in
connected to
terms of what
nothing.
you've been told has been relocated, the Stilburn's location hasn't relocated the guards area, the AI room, or the cell holding rooms.
Okay.
Sorry, did you say it hasn't relocated them?
It hasn't specified any movement of those, so it would lead you to consider that they are left behind.
And does that include where the spider was?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Guys, we have a new plan. Disregard the red pen. Pay attention to the yellow. Let me get the straight line tool so I can be as dramatic as possible.
Am I missing this? Hold on, let me go to that page.
Red was our definite plan. Blue was our options. Yellow is what we're doing now. I've decided. I've taken the executive decision.
Are we just gonna go and retrace our steps for what you've done for the last year and a half of this game? We're gonna go back to Joran and start again.
Hi, I'm Captain Gormax. We've never met.
There's a troublesome druid nearby. Oh no, wait, it's a necromancer that's been raised from the dead.
Here's a cursed sword. Oh, you'll take it.
A gnome approaches you. Hello, I'm an archaeologist. It's like fucking Groundhog Day.
Goddamn
Jeez.
reset. It's when you go back to the area you've already been to, and literally it's just the same quest.
Right.
All the NPCs you've killed are alive again, and all the stuff you've stolen from the shops is there again.
We didn't steal anything from any shops, I think.
No, they were closed. Closed for
Okay.
business.
Just so putting it out there, if we can get funds from this one, we can get funds from the other one. We should definitely go and exploit that.
More specifically, we can get funds from all of them. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think there's more than 2.
There is, I wrote them down.
Also, if AI can generate funds, can it also generate?
It can also generate what, sorry?
If AI can generate, funds and everything else, can it also generate items? So can we sort of request sort of special equipment or something like that?
You have to fill out requisition form 25B.
But the thing is, we can ask for all these funds, but we could be just given 5 gold and sent on our way. So let's not get our hopes up.
It might have like the currency exchange thing from the 1950s, where you could buy like an entire house for £250.
Yeah.
Or you get issued gold coins that are no longer in circulation.
yeah. You get given 3 shillings. Yeah, sick. Thanks.
That's a lot of money.
£5. That's a month's salary in my day. Yeah, cool. Can't wait to buy half a sandwich.
Finger of fudge, dude. Finger of fudge.
Right. Fuck. What do we do now then? Well, I guess we introduce ourselves to the guards that we've just gate crashed.
Yeah, let's go and deal with them.
Question, right? This place has 10 fucking guards and apparently 0 actual holding cells. The other place had no guards and 5 holding cells.
Well, there were no living guards by the time you got there.
But why are there 10 guards here? They're not guarding anything. All right, whatever.
But if they're all here, there must be something here worth sort of protecting.
Yeah, the
Maybe we should go
dungeon.
talk to them and investigate.
But there's no dungeon here.
Right, let's just go upstairs and deal with this.
Is there a printer attached to the AI so we can get like just a printout, 2D blueprint printout of the entire dungeon?
No.
Shit.
So okay. You're where are we? So you head back through the hallway to the contraband library. As explained before, it is bookshelves upon bookshelves of very old, aged books covered in dust and such. Is there anything here you wish to do before you carry on?
Yeah, search for any good books.
Okay.
I believe there was a chest in this room that we ignored because we didn't have time to see it the first time round.
There was a chest behind a iron gate further up near where the dragon was kept.
So I'm thinking of.
Okay, let's see. Books. So, go ahead and roll me an investigation check, please. Anyone that's looking for books. Nice. That's a good roll. Nope. Okay. So, Goplana, looking through the series of books that are still legible to read or be able to make out, you come across a whole selection of books. In fact, you have one that's titled 101 Ways to Cook an Ooze.
Mm-hmm.
I'd imagine you could only boil it.
Highlighted on the back, it says interesting recipes include gelatinous cube cocktail, ochre apple jelly, and salted pudding. Another says how to spot a mimic. The synopsis: tips such as listening or breathing, and see if it responds to being touched.
Right.
Pick it up. Definitely grab that book.
It's a mimic. I mean, how ironic. There is another that says plane shifting. Details different ways to travel between different planes of existence.
Okay.
On monstrous races. Discusses whether monstrous races should or should not be allowed into society.
Allowed into what, sorry?
Society.
That one we can burn.
Yeah, that is slightly outdated, I feel. That's like a book from the 1950s.
Hence why it's contraband.
Are the Orientals the same quality as us? No.
The
They're better. Stop talking.
outside, a self-written account by someone who saw a vision of a gnome boy as a small plastic figurine on a table surrounded by a number of godlike beings. As you begin to flick through, some of the pages become blank halfway through.
That's someone's campaign diary notes.
The boy, a gnome boy, is illustrated in one of the pages as you flick through. Go
Is
ahead
what?
and the gnome boy is illustrated on one of the pages as you flick through. Go ahead and roll me a intelligence check. Looks familiar, but you're not sure how.
I'll take it with me. Okay. Any more?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch. It's a library.
Yes.
Incredible creatures and how to kill them. Details weaknesses monsters are known to have. This 5-part volume set, and this is the first volume for beginners, level 1 to 4. So you can probably imagine that the second is more experience between the levels and 5 and 8, and so on. Another book, Wish It, Want It, Screw It. Detailed accounts of times wish spells backfired horribly.
We'll be dead before we can cast Wish. We don't need that one.
Yeah.
So long and thanks for the ale. The story of Tavarish the dwarf, who had unpaid bar tabs worth a total of 10,000 gold all across the country before being arrested. Flumps. The unpleasant surprise of the Underdark. A journal accounting some time that a researcher spent living with a cloister of flumps. The author documented at least one every day of a month.
Flumps are the best. They're amazing.
Taming the Beast. A perfect book for beginners. Beginner Beastmasters gives tips and tricks on how to win over wild creatures of all kinds. It starts with tiny creatures like frogs and crabs, followed by small creatures like eagles and fire beetles, medium creatures like giant badgers and giant frogs, large creatures like owlbears and billets, and finishes with large creatures like elephants and some dinosaurs.
I'm gonna give that one to Summer.
I was going to say, Jarrett picks it up and goes, amateur, and then hands it over.
There is another titled Rosaline and Mercutio, a romantic tragedy by Bill Shaking Lance.
I'm not even gonna write that one down.
As you open another book, something clanks. Two things clank on the floor. One breaks, and one is a shiny metallic object that seems to have a cotton attachment that looks like a very long bookmark, and it actually does say bookmark written in Elvish across the fabric, like it's all like embroidered onto it. It is a dagger.
I'll have that, thank you.
There is also a manual of flesh golems.
Grab that, grab that, grab that, grab that.
Yep.
Grab that.
I've got a list. It's okay. I got a list.
Okay, good.
Book
That-
of Vile Darkness.
What? It's not. Sorry, what?
Book of Vile Darkness. This book does have a lock and seems to be bound. Who's spamming?
Aaron's just going to open and just start reading from it.
It's locked.
Can I hit it with my maul?
You can try.
What was that? Sorry, 1 second.
I can't see anything. All I can hear is blump, blump,
Just
blump, blump,
furiously.
blump,
Yeah.
blump.
Get it. Yes. Open it to read it.
Clarence is going to take it.
No! Don't take it! Don't take it! Don't take it! Don't take it! No! 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 No!
That's off the top of my head. That's the bad shit I can remember off the top of my head. It's not a good. No. It's also the thing that the D&D movie that someone made once is based off of, and it was the reason the Satanic Panic started because this book existed. That's just out of game. That's how bad it is. It's please, for the love of Christ, come on, guys.
You trying to open it, Clarence?
Well, yeah. If no one's going to stop me, I am.
I have no idea what it is, so I can't help you. Out of game. Out of game, I wouldn't.
Does it look like something that Clarence would be interested in?
Nope.
No.
It looks
Okay.
like a scary fucking book.
It's made out of human flesh
Yep.
and bones from a demon.
Tis the Necronomicon.
Yeah, no, that- yeah.
Essentially, yes.
Okay, then Clarence probably wouldn't touch it.
Basic information. Authors, Vecna. Oh, dearie me.
I just think,
Here's
yeah.
an idea. If we scoop it into the bag of holding, we could wear a glove and just throw it at our enemies.
Okay,
Give
well
it to someone we
that implies that our enemies are good guys, because it's only dangerous to good guys. If you're a bad guy, it's great.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
But what if they're clasped and we need to throw it at fetch?
So
Okay, he would catch it and become a lich.
No. A lich god.
There you go.
Well, Clarence has always wanted to be a lich god.
Okay. Any more there?
Yeah,
No.
hold on. Give me a sec. Because there's a few on here that I can never remember what they were led to,
No.
but I did add them. Just the titles of the book.
They really should up the fucking security on this thing.
There is a book that says The Enduring Spellbook.
yeah, you sulk.
And strangely enough, this one looks immaculate.
Ooh.
There's nothing written in the pages.
Fucking
Though.
finger out my coffee.
Okay. Okay.
Where are we? Oh, and that one. Let me just remember what this book title leads to, because I can't remember if I've left that there.
Stop.
It's too bad.
Hello there.
Ah, yes. This book is called The Book of Exhalated Deeds.
Okay. What does that word mean?
So sulky, you little bitch.
Let me put it in the there.
I don't know.
Exile. A person or their rank and status at a high powerful level or in a state of extreme happiness. Okay, cool. All right.
It's the opposite of the
It's the opposite of
the other
Book of
book, yeah.
Vile Darkness.
Yeah.
Exactly.
the definitive book on basically how to be a good person. It's a list of every deed that you can do and how many points it gets you. You know, The Good Place, when they say like, "Oh, save a puppy plus 500 points." That it's all the plus numbers.
I'm going to take that and throw it at Jack's face when I next see it.
Just go to Okay. Yeah. So you hear
Ooh,
the
okay,
AI
good.
kind of bongs, and you hear recess over. Resuming normal duties. 10 guards. There are additional visitors in the lower areas of the contraband library.
Okay, I'm quickly going to take 100 ways, one ways to cook an ooze, recipes for justice cubes, spot a minute, plane shifting, monstrous faces, incredible creatures, flumps, taming the beasts. I want that dagger, the manual for flesh golems, enduring spellbook, and book of exalated deeds, and I'm going to throw them all into the bag of holding, and then
As
we're
you're
going to slowly make
rushing,
up.
as you're rushing through, picking all of this up, can you do me another perception check, please, Lana?
Can I grab the book about the gnome?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Okay. What's your passive perception, Lana?
16, I
Oh,
think.
you would have probably spotted this then. So as you're almost like in a panic trying to get these books before actual guards come and like
Hey, we're
begin
actual
to
guards.
question you, you do spot something just out the side of your eye. If I can ever remember where I put it, I'll tell you what it is. Bull hogs. No, it's not that. Yeah, you see a very small ivory-looking figurine of a silver-looking hedgehog. So its ivory is its body, its front part, and its mouth, its nose, and so on. The spikes on its back are silvered.
Okay, I'm gonna get all of those books and then pick up the hedgehog.
Okay, as you pick up the hedgehog, you do hear the shifting of heavy stone and metallic grinding as things seem to be shifting in the distance, followed by the armored footsteps of what you believe to be guards heading your way. What do you do?
Put the hedgehog in my pocket and make myself look presentable.
Okay.
Quick, everyone, act casual. We pose.
10 guards descend the stairs of into the library, all of them wearing white tunics with a gold trim, with this time an image of a pair of scales on the front and back.
Oh God, it's the fucking Rozzers. It's a Rathish. She's the boring one.
There are 2 Dragonborn, 2 Furbolgs, 2 Air Genassis, 2 Elves, and 2 Aesmars. And one of the elves steps forward in a very sort of leadership manner, looks at you all. All the others hold their weapons defensively, and he begins to speak. Hello. My name is Dalton. You do not appear to be guards of Balaram. Explain yourselves quickly, or you will be arrested for conspiracy to free residents of the Lucian coast.
Okay, so quick summary of what happened. Someone was trying to go and attack the Cerberus, so we went to go and stop them. We got there and all the normal guards had disappeared. Well, they hadn't disappeared, they were dead when we got there. Like, Bones had obviously been dead for years and years and years. We ended up talking to the AI. The AI approved us, so we went to go and help. We did like a bit of a stock check to make sure all the prisoners were there before we went and dealt with it. We then got down there, and yeah, the Cerberus kind of got plane shifted out of here, and we don't quite know where they are. So I suggest you might want to put this area on lockdown. But yeah, that's the be all and end all of it.
This elf looks flabbergasted, confused, lost, and he kind of
And
just
I've even got the pendant. Hi.
he kind of just leans forward and's like, "What is your name?"
Lana, hi.
And you're holding out your pendant.
Yes.
He takes your pendant and pulls it so it kind of snaps off your neck, but it doesn't. You don't feel like the pull. But yeah, he kind of snaps it off your neck. He holds it to his, and then says, "Okalith, please identify pendant."
Oh fuck.
And you hear over the tannoy, you hear the female voice, Aval Lockhart of Joran.
I want to die.
And he looks and he goes, "So you say your name is Goplana?"
I said Lana.
Lana.
Yeah, it's a nickname.
Seems that the pendant believes that your name is Aval.
Yes, because we took them off of the bodies of the people so we didn't get absolutely murdered when we went to go and save the prison.
We do not have a guard named Aval.
What do you mean you've not got a guard named Val?
It would seem that someone has perhaps registered this pendant using a false identity. Would this be you, Lana?
Nope.
Explain to me how you know the location of the Lucidian Coast dungeon of Balaram.
Oh, it's written on a chess piece. Well, no, we kind of where to start? Do you know anyone in Western?
I can't say I'm familiar.
Good, really helpful. Someone told us to go and look in the shadow of the king, and then there was this riddle. I don't know where it came from, but there was a riddle that we had to solve, and then we found the place.
And you say that you are responsible for the release of Max holding the Cerberus, correct?
No.
And it's insulting to imply that we did.
Yeah, especially when I said I didn't.
Excuse me, I apologize. You are speaking so very fast.
Well, then listen.
Please explain yourselves. What has occurred here? Are you intending on freeing any of the residents?
Don't like you.
You're fucking sat on your ass all day. So, I mean, I don't think there's anything to actually release. I don't say that in character.
Oh, you are so lucky.
You do realise you're talking to the new warden.
Sorry, computer, can you please identify this person here? And I point to Lana.
Nothing.
Fuck! Apologies, your security system is shit compared to the one near Stilburn. Sorry. That one was in character. You need iOS update, mate.
Guards, please. And you can kind of hear shackling beginning to...
Oh, here's where we're going to have a problem,
Not
see?
this shit again.
How many are there?
There's 10.
Fuck.
We can fucking take him. I'm not being funny. There's 7 of us, including all the cats.
Oh, there are, aren't
Fuck
there?
it, let's do it.
We're also in the right for once, so you know.
Yeah. I'm not going to kill him.
Warriors for justice.
Well, I might.
Knock them the fuck out. Okay, well, you'll be in a rage. I don't think we can hold you to account. It's a crime of passion.
You do not have long to explain why you are here.
Oh my god, I
Be
explained it to you
clear.
the first time. Right.
Please explain.
Some fucker, I don't know who he is, had decided that he wants to release the Crawling King. To do this, he has to get a Cerberus that can break all the bonds. I don't know. Don't really care. All I know is this little shit that I had in my brain for about 20 minutes decided that he wants to get the fuck out and has sent her brother, to go and actually release it. So we had to go and stop him. And we had to find this temple and we had to stop him. And unfortunately, some shithead called Jack decided to fucking take it to a different plane. It is not our fault. We tried to stop it.
Kind of
Also,
looks,
that we were
looks back,
teleported here by the.
looks back at the air genasi, and he's like, hands out to the side, shakes his head a bit. You can't quite make out what he's saying.
Oh
and,
my god.
And one of the
You're all
air
fucking slow.
genasis moves forward and is like, apologies. It would appear that they are sent here on a quest to stop someone intending on releasing the Cerberus.
Yes.
Dalton, I believe that these are not criminals. It would appear that they have honourable means to be here.
If we were criminals, we would have fucking killed you. No offense.
I mean, don't we have like some kind of mark or something that the guy in Westra gave us?
Oh yeah, we do.
Yeah, show that.
Yeah. We'll show that. Can I have my pendant back now, please?
The pendant you're requesting belongs to the guards of Palaram.
Yes, and we'll take it back, but
Well, we can look after the pendant.
No.
I apologise on behalf of my Captain Dalton, but this place is meant to be a very secure environment. We have been hoping and guarding this location for almost a century. It has been a very long time since we have seen or spoken to anyone outside our own ranks. So I apologise if he's come across brash, but fortunately for me, I was able to translate your speedy and hastily description of the events that have unfolded.
I'm gonna. Oh, you're all gonna die.
You all seem very frustrated, and I can appreciate that. But as you may appreciate, we are here to protect this location, and it seems that we have already failed in that duty.
Really?
Well, the location of Palaram, it relocates every 10 years to one of two destinations. So, of course, this location is a training ground for guards of the faction to protect this place. And, of course, there aren't many of us now, and our numbers have depleted. But trust me, if you are frustrated enough to want to cause more aggravation, we are not the 10 to do so. We are not here to harm you. We simply wish to understand why you are here. And you hear the Dragonborn in the back, and he goes, "I say we just eat them. I haven't eaten anything in months."
Oh.
Try
Are you
me.
not dead?
The other Dragonborn kind of just holds him and is like, "We don't eat humans anymore."
Can I give him some rations?
Charming.
Can I give him some of my rations?
But you reach out and you hand him something?
Yeah, hand him some food. So
What
if
do you
you're
have?
hungry, I've got a bare hand.
I think that might be a bit stale by now.
I've got rations.
If you hand out some rations,
Yeah.
He kind of barges everyone like from the side, including Dalton, and like just barges like a line down the middle and just like snatches and begins to scoff the rations. He is a very big built dragonborn. He's got like almost like reddish skin, like scales, but then it's almost like fades out to like yellows. He's like, well, all right. Maybe it's just been long, you know. Sometimes you get a hankering for something that your memory kind of remembers, but your stomach kind of is in control. Name's Grunt. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Grunt. I'm Clarence.
He's like, I say we let him upstairs.
What?
And he kind of nudges all the others. He's like, Dalton, come on, let him up. Maybe they can tell us a bit more about what's gone on. He's like,
Go on,
well,
Darwin. You know you want to.
I suppose it has been a while since we have had visitors. Okay, but I do not like the attitude of that one. And he kind of points to you, Goplana, and then walks upstairs.
Does this place have a Yelp page?
I can start my Yelp board back up.
So, are you following? Are you following the group?
Yeah. How far ahead is Dalton walking in
Uh,
front
Dal-
of us? Is he
Dal-
like at the back of the group, or is he at the front, or is he in the
Dalton
middle?
will be leading the rest. So when Dalton walks up the stairs through the middle of the rest of the group, the Air Genassis hold back. The Furbolg follow him. The Dragonborn follow him, and then the Air Genassis kind of wait. And the other Elven moves in front of the Air Genassi, and then the Aesmas then follow. The Air Genassis kind of seem to be waiting for you to follow ahead before they continue behind you. So if you're heading up the stairs to follow this small kind of convoy of soldiers, one of the Air Genassis, the one that spoke before, will sort of lean in to speak to you, Goplanu. He's like, don't mind him. It's been a very long time. He's usually quite fun.
Is he now?
Name's Shalarak. My Air Genasi partner is Eotreus. The other Elven guard, that's Suk. I wouldn't upset her. You seem like a tough band, but Suk Suk lives for killing.
Me too.
That makes 6 of us.
You've already spoken to Grunt. The other Dragonborn is Falafar. The 2 Furbolgs are Cassidy and Rhonda. And then, of course, you've got the more holy of us, Jean and Warheavy. They are the Aesmas. They can be a bit snobbish, but don't mind them. They're friendly enough. Please come up. We have bedding if you need to rest. You look quite worn.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10.
Mhm.
with this relocation, if something's plane shifted, do you think it's going to plane shift back into the location here or the location there?
Well, plane shifting is a complex science of magics. Very little understanding I have. I would probably point you to Cassidy. He has more knowledge about plane shifting, but my small understanding is that if you're plane shifting from one plane to the other, most principles are that you travel on foot from that destination within that plane. It's almost like pages of a book. Each letter is located in a particular fashion from one page to the other. Although you may turn the page, the positioning of where a letter sits is the same.
We need to go back.
There is no going back the same way you got here, at least not for 10 years.
Well, let's make a life for ourselves here then.
The magic
No.
that you were brought here by was very ancient and very powerful, but with that magic has aged. It regenerates it to its maximum every 10 years.
Right. Okay.
And he kind of coughs and's like, Cassidy, please, an ear.
Oh, I want to time.
And the furball kind of like very, if you like, clumsily kind of holds back and's like, yeah, what can I do for you? Is there something you need?
Oh, plane shifting. So, so what happened was, this other cunt who's registered as a,
Did you just say?
what? I'm so confused.
I didn't. All I heard was something about a cunt.
Yeah, this other cunt who named himself as a guard. We want him to be taken off in the first place because he's basically taken the Cerberus and the person that was trying to take him out and completely shifted him possibly to a different plane. So if they were to come back, whenever they came back, would they come back into the Max Holding here, or would they go back into the space that was left back in Stillman?
Oh, right. I mean, you're talking about some heavy magic. I mean, plane shifting isn't a simple feat. I mean, do you know what kind of plane shift spell it was, or?
I don't know. He grabbed hold of them, looked like a douche, and then disappeared.
Did you hear him say anything, or use any materials, or anything like that?
Would Lana have?
Go ahead and roll me a history check, just to kind of rejig memory, possibly. Yeah, I mean, you recall him pressing against his armor, a few clicking noises, and his armor like almost like exploding in a bright light. Then they were gone. But there were runes that lit up on his armor.
Okay.
Oh, you're talking about it sounds like an ethereal kind of thing. Does that sound right? I mean, you know the guy.
Oh, we don't. That's the problem. He came along, made himself a nuisance for about 10 minutes.
And
Disappeared and then reappeared like 10 minutes afterwards.
It's very rare that any kind of plane shifting armor would ignite in the way that you said. I mean, if it was powerful enough, yeah, I mean, it would probably do something like that. But once you're in that plane of existence, I mean, you're free to travel. So if you can travel fast enough, you could end up back wherever you wanted. And if you know how to navigate the plane of existence, I mean, you can travel as freely as you can in the material plane. I mean, people use plants to travel nowadays, and I once saw a hot air balloon. That was fun. Is that what you wanted to hear? And he kind of smiles, and he's got like this really adorable kind of cow-like smile.
It's very good information. Not thrilling to hear, but thank you. It's helps a lot. Thank you very much.
I mean,
she's going to go and scream at the back as her mind thinks about what he could be doing about this Cerberus.
Sure. And he kind of walks up. He says, "Hey, Rhonda," and he's like, "Yeah." It's like, these guys seem pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. As you are led through the same chambers that you kind of got here to the lower portion of the dungeon, you do pass the same blue orb that you witnessed the dragon's image emit from, and the staircase leading up to the crypt-like area, leading you back to the main chamber with the 5 doors. This time, however, the golden star that was on the floor is no longer there. It is a golden print of a pair of scales. This room is immaculate. Like, it's fresh paint. It smells nice. None of the stone is worn. It's kept well. Each one of the doors now actually has a barred door, like you would imagine a prison to have. And as you pass each section, there are actually like written locations above the doors, so you know which door leads where. The same AI room is the AI room here. The guard room is the guard room as it was at Stilburn, but it looks a lot more well kept. The 2 doors 4 and 5 from previous, the one that led number 5, which is the one that led you to the cell holding room, both of those 2 doors say training arena. And then, of course, you have the big, large entrance door.
Well, we best be going. We have nothing to do here, I think, if everything's fucking teleported as you said it has. And the most, from what I can understand, the most, the way that makes the least sense. This is me to the characters, not to you. I'm not being shitty.
Who are you saying this to?
To any of the guards, like I'm basically saying, like doesn't make much sense to me why they would teleport one cell of the prison or one wing of the prison anyway, and leave all of the other creatures there unguarded. If it was meant to be a security measure to teleport every 10 years.
Are you saying that the other guards, the Stilburn location, are deceased?
Yes.
First thing we said, they're all dead.
I can't. I'm done.
I hold her back.
there's almost like this sudden realization over their faces. It's like, we need to. I mean, how can 10 of us do this job? And then like they all kind of like talk between them. It's like we were meant to make sure that this doesn't happen. This is. How can we protect Tal'Dorei? The air genasi that was speaking to you before, Shadrach, he moves forward and is like, look, we are descendants of those that first put this faction into place. We've gone through trials and training to make sure that no one accesses this dungeon if, of course, at the time the high risk areas are located here, we are able to protect it. The Stillburn location you've come from, that was the main prison. It holds many dangerous beings, but none as dangerous as the ones that are meant to be relocated. I mean, sure, they can probably wreak havoc nearby, but with what is available to us now in terms of the kingdom of Tal'Dorei and the adventurers that seem to take care of the lands, they shouldn't put up much of a fight or hindrance to the lands. But of course, if they're united, then that could be a different story. And if there's no one there to protect them, and someone manages to find the location again, they could be freed. And if the AI is disabled, then that's also not good. None of us asked for this. We were born into it. Our fathers' fathers, their grandfathers, they all built this place hoping to protect Tal'Dorei from horrors that have been trapped and brought here in the past. I mean, we all lost hope thinking that this place had been forgotten. Many of its residents have not increased. We have not taken on board new criminals of the same caliber. But if you're saying that the other guards are now dead, that's not good. We have to find a way back. Of course, we have minimal defenses here, and he kind of points around, and it's at this point you can see there are several large stone golems that sort of stand at each doorway, 2 at the main door. I mean, these beings have stood static, unless, of course, we have intruders, which, I mean, happened a few years ago, but we swiftly dealt with that. And then, of course, you. And now you say that the Cerberus has been released, and something about the crawling king. I mean, we only know of the lawbearer. He guides our way, although we feel that our words have lost. We don't get a response from the gods themselves. We just do our duties like our fathers did, and their fathers before them. And when I started as a boy, there was many more of our guards. But without bearing children to pass down the torch, our numbers dwindled fast. many just gave up the fight. Either left or died. Not from battle, that they would hope, but from old age or starvation. We've recently made a subtle alliance with some, well, creatures. Centaurs, you may have heard of them. We have 6 of them that stand and make shift the camp outside our doors. They occasionally bring us food from their hunts, but when they go for months at a time. This was an alliance we only built recently. None of us are permitted to leave the grounds. If we do so, we of course break our bound to this place, and we are not to return. I'm sorry if we've offended you at first hand. It's been a long time since we've had outside interaction. Please, you must be tired. We have plenty of beds. You can rest the night if you need.
How far is it from here to Joran Village? Do you happen to know?
I mean, Joran itself, you're probably looking at a week or so. Whitestone is your closest main city. It's about 4 or 5 days. Closer than that's a small town known as Drina, near the Muren Lake. And of course, nearby, about a day's trek from here, you have the Turst Fields, which is a smaller Nemetes if you needed it. Your current position is at the Parchwood Timberlands, but be careful if you are to travel out there, especially during the night, which it currently is. The rolling mists tend to bring, well, rumours of werewolves, apparently.
Well, we need to rest. Much use as we are at the moment.
Our linen is clean, our beds are soft. I can assure you it's more quality than you may expect.
So encouraging.
Oh, Alana's keeping an eye on where that pendant is.
Sure. You may notice that Dalton's wearing 2.
I'm gonna murder him.
Take both of them.
Yeah.
Problem is that we've just seen those big fuck off stone golems. And I have a feeling they would have a few things to say if we were to.
There is currently 2 at the main door, either side of the door, and there is 1 at each door. So there is 7. They are big enough to walk out the big main entrance, not big enough to fit through the smaller doors.
Okay. Right, I'm gonna do that flowchart thing I did again last time. So you said you say there's 7 doors at this main chamber, or 7 golems.
There's 5 doors like there were at the main chamber
Yep.
at Stilburn, and the main door.
5 plus main. Okay. I'm going to ask the guards what's down them.
Who are you asking?
Anyone nearby that isn't Dalton.
I mean, you've currently been speaking to the Air Genasi known as Shalarak.
I shall continue speaking to them then.
Sure. This place was a training ground many moons ago. It was a trial of the primes. They dictated what was outlined to become a guard of Palaram. The two doors there lead to the same chambers as they would in the Stilburn location, but instead of them being for the main cell chambers, there is a training facility with training dummies, wood boards, and such kind of training facilities if required. There used to be a door within the training area that allowed us to step into a void, a room that we could take the test, the trial of primes. Unfortunately, that faded about 80, 90 years ago.
What do you guys do for fun here?
I mean, we have cards, if that's what you're talking about. But
I'm just surprised you haven't fucking murdered each other yet.
I'd
In all honesty.
the training and the representation of what the guards are has kept us busy. We each have responsibilities to maintain this main hall and the chambers within this location. We have fun. There is ale occasionally, where, if truth be told, the little water that we're able to collect in some of the crops that do grow nearby that are not filling in terms of nutritional value, but it is true that Rhonda is very good at making a moonshine brew, which has been known to brought many fun and forgettable evenings.
You guys need to get out more.
If only that was a privilege that we could partake in. But the honor of our ancestors are to protect this place, and that's what we will do. I did find word that there was a journal that had been stolen, but we already paid we paid a mercenary to look into this for us and to stop whoever took the journal. I believe they went by the name of... Oh, what was his name? He was a bit cocky.
Jack.
I go to bed.
was it Jack?
It was Jack.
He's-
Handsome
yeah.
Jack, I believe. He was the mercenary we paid quite a handsome sum to.
Oh, did you? Oh,
Guess who it was that took the not the Kraken, the other thing, the Cerberus.
So,
This is why we need Yelp. If we
Yeah.
were able to put a public review out on what Jack is actually like, this would never have...
but he's a no. He must be talking about another person. This was a paid mercenary.
let
We
me
Nope.
see.
approached.
Cocky as shit. About 5'10".
Devilishly handsome.
Annoyingly devilishly handsome.
Yeah.
Summer, you can disguise self, can't you?
Keeps trying to pay you to do stuff.
Yeah, gave us 500 gold to jump off a bridge.
Which
The
I won.
same 500 gold we paid him.
Ah.
It would seem that
So-
our trust was misplaced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If someone walks up to you and says, "Hi, my name's Handsome Jack,"
But
I mean,
I
like-
don't I don't understand. How did he find the location?
We don't
didn't
know.
tell him the location.
He followed us. Man's never worked a hard day in his life. Like,
And you
imagine if I walked up to you and said, "Hi, my name's Jirak Big Penis." Like, that's clearly untrustworthy. Clearly untrustworthy.
And lying.
Exactly. The only people who would ever do that are liars. And that's why Jirak doesn't. Joking, of course. Tell you what, while we're here, I'm just going to use second wind. I've had a bonus action or two to spend just to get some healing back.
Are we gonna
Suddenly
fight?
feeling pressure. Yeah, I just. Okay, I'm good. Seriously though, we really need to rest.
Yes, please. And he kind of like beckons you through the guard room door. The same kind of doorway that led you to the spider lady, if you like.
Do they have a spider lady?
No, doesn't seem to.
Why don't they go to the other place every
if-
10 years?
You would imagine there's a rotation. But as you do you go through to the room?
Um. So when we were at the other place, there was a room which caused lots of problems, and it had a giant spider and some chests where they kept all the gold. Do you have something similar? Where you kept all
mean
all the confiscated weapons and magical items and
the
the gold
items
that
of
was taken off the
interest?
prison? Yes. Yes.
I can tell by your description you have witnessed some of our more charismatic inmates.
Jirak puts the spear away.
She he probably wouldn't recognize it, in fairness.
I mean, we're all like covered in blood, right? So it doesn't look that shady.
No. Well, if you wish to know more about that, I would say that perhaps
No,
again.
I'm saying, do you have one here?
No, the only. This is mainly a base for training and development of our guards, but every 10 years we take our time to look after the higher security measures. I'm sure you've met the dragon. She is quite persuasive. I don't know, of
Only if
course,
you're
if you've
stupid.
met the dead liches known as Morclawk and Dave. They were once very prolific murderers, and the people that they killed, they resurrected from the dead and used as their army to torture their own families. But no, we do not have a spider lady, as you put it, or treasure as such. I mean, we can take a requested amount if we require funds for anything. But
We
of course,
did requisition stuff from the AI. Is that? Oh, where's your disapparition chest?
that would be in our main holding area for our weapons.
I think we left something in there.
Yes.
You have an apparition chest, do you?
Yes, we should do.
Should do.
Yeah, we
Go
requested some.
ahead and roll me a deception check.
I mean, I'm telling the truth.
Yeah, yeah. I genuinely believe that we do. It said your disapparition chest.
You're telling the truth about requesting something to go into the chest. You're lying about having a chest.
Well, not knowingly.
no.
I assumed that I personally I thought disapparition chests worked like ender chests in Minecraft. There's one chest, but whoever opens it, they've got their own little like thing inside.
Not quite, but yeah. I still need that
right.
deception check.
Okay.
Deception. It doesn't matter. They're both the same. Perception and persuasion and deception.
Yeah, same for me.
Both -2.
Ah, mine's only a -1. Get in.
Oh.
Oh, actually got the same roll as well.
What did you request?
We request. Oh well, that's between us and the AI, but it was funds, money to help us bring back the Cerberus.
And I mean, we're going to be going back. We have to go back down there ASAP and make sure the fucking door's still locked. Like if we left the gas on as we ran out or whatever. So
we made a promise to the AI that we'd bring back the Cerberus. So the AI gave us some money so that we could, get better training and really do a good job.
get the Uber X to get there twice as fast.
Yes.
He leans in and he kind of looks at you all very sly. He's like, "It's okay. I don't believe you, but it's fine. You don't want to be here any longer than you have to be. And you're going to need gold to do that."
In all honesty, what were you going to do with it? Apparently, you can't even leave the house. And Amazon hasn't been invented yet.
We cannot leave this area. There is one that is allowed to do our communicational work externally. But it's fine. I can go and fetch the gold that you've requested, and I can bring
Thank
it
you.
to you.
1 gold piece.
I give them finger guns as they walk away. Cheers, boss.
Oh.
Are you going into the guards?
Yeah, I thought we were in there.
Okay, so it is very clean. It is like a pale grey stone flooring, but it's free of dust or cobwebs. There are a series of like chairs and tables for like a seating area. There are a series of like pieces that look like figurines that either someone has whittled away into objects, or that you can see that there are a few kind of pre-opened packs of playing cards. There is a lot of worn down candles, but any kind of the wax dripping has been like scraped away and looked after, so it's clean. The bedding area, there are quite a few beds. There are bunk beds, and at the end of each bed there is like a trunk, like a chest, but a leather-bound kind of trunk at the end of each bed. The beds are high quality looking, like steel. The beds are immaculate. They're made like you would expect, like a very kind of high-end this style hotel to be. There are red, like thick woolen type blankets on top with like a cotton throw. The pillows are very full and plump looking. The whites of the fabric are like almost bleached. They are very crisp. The smell is like mixed kind of lavender and like almost like a potpourri kind of sort of thing going on nearby. It's very clean.
I might sleep on the floor. I don't want to ruin it. Like, we're covered in blood.
And yeah, so that's the area. And a few moments pass as you kind of take all this in, and Shalarak returns, and he appears to be holding 2 pouches, like thick, like full pouches. He says, "Seems that the AI took your request rather seriously. There's a reasonable amount of gold here."
Shotgun.
Sharing is
We
caring.
share our resources.
Shotgun.
I start counting, and I don't let Clarence have any until we're done. He gets his share later.
Sure. There is combined together, both pouches, there's 2,000 gold pieces.
Shotgun.
How many of us
Okay.
are there now? 5.
Oh, that's a nice round number, isn't it? Exactly 400 each.
Yes.
One. That's nice.
Yeah, I think this is half of what we requested. Yes. So is there more? Is there
Where-
more
where's,
coming?
where's your other disaffection chest?
Clarence,
He
let's
kind
not
of
push our
chuckles
luck.
to himself. It's like, caution, little one. The AI takes all calculations. There's very rarely any mistakes, and don't
It
push
was always
it.
the first time.
It's like
Never say
he
never.
kind of like whispers in. It's like, don't push it.
Can I
Oh,
push
they're
it?
being kept here against their will. They can't leave because otherwise the AI will kill them, I bet. Lasers from the walls.
The other Air Genasi like kind of passes by, and he says, "Shadowback, are you finished playing with your new toys?" It's like,
Oh, I don't like
You've
him
got-
either. Great.
kind
You've
of,
got toys.
you kind of see,
I'm not a toy.
as Altrea's kind of walks away, like past Shalarak, you kind of see like the solemn like look in Shalarak as he kind of is like, I best make my leave, please. Come see me before you leave. And
If you ever want to quit, we have a place that you can, well, we know a town that you can stay in. Doesn't look like you're having the best time, but
Or you
times are
could just
hard,
come with us.
but
You can just come with us on adventure.
it's an appealing
you don't get a cut
proposition.
for the first week.
But I cannot leave my family.
Well, your family seems like arseholes, so you probably can.
They're not all
Agreed.
bad.
Is this like a Manson family situation?
No.
Like it's all a weird little incesty.
If
Yeah.
you're being held against your will, blink twice.
The hills have eyes.
I mean, they all look like competent, like compatible, like fighters. They don't look weak. Dalton is a bit older than the others, and Sook like hasn't said anything, but has got like that constant resting bitch face. But she's not pulling it at like you guys necessarily. She's just kind of that's her face.
I reckon her and Lana would get along swimmingly.
Cassidy and Rhonda are like they sit on the same bed, like facing each other, cross legs. Rhonda seems to be drinking something. Cassidy seems to be smoking something, and Grunt and Felafor are out in the main hall, and you can hear like flesh being thudded as they're kind of like scrapping with each other, but you can tell that it's like a playful scrap.
Oh, can I scrap with them?
Sure.
Out of nowhere, a gnome
So
just
like
flies
you
into
see
battle.
Clarence at the doorway in the hall, and you see two Dragonborn, very similar colorings. As I say, Grunt is green with like faded yellow through the green. Falafor is green, but he's got like a more orange appearance to like the fade. But they're kind of similar build, and they're kind of like, oh yeah, cool, yeah, like, oh you got me there, let me, yeah, try this one, and kind of punches and like but they're not doing like full blown punches. It's clearly playful, and yeah, out of nowhere you just see like this silhouette of Clarence, and then and like Clarence just bundles these two Dragonborn. You can go ahead and if you like, roll me an attack.
Sorry, you cut out at the end.
You can go ahead and roll me an attack if you like.
Is it just unarmed? I guess I'm not going to run in with my.
Yeah, well, if you go in unarmed, that's how you go in. Sure.
Nah.
Nah, but you do kind of wedge in between two of them as they impact each other, and they're like, Grunt kind of looks down, and is like, the little one wants to play. Come on in. And he kind of just pushes your head, and you kind of like stumble back like 10 foot or so. But do you want to spend a few moments wrestling with them?
I do, yeah. I wanna kind of run away and then charge him.
Okay, go ahead and make me another attack.
I'm dashing.
Okay.
I'm not raging. Bum 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 bum. Nah.
As you run towards them, Falafel kind of steps in front of Grunt, like legs split apart, and you kind of just run through the legs and like turn back, and they're just kind of like, "Come on, give me your best shot." And he kind of like both knuckles up to his face, like leans down closer to your kind of level, squats a little bit, it's like in a defensive pose, like, "Come on, give me one right there," and like points to his lower jaw. That'll hit. Nice. Kind of. It's like, oh, that wasn't too bad. Yeah. Oh. You're quite a tough one, little there. Where'd you learn to punch like that? Hello.
Oh, sorry, my mic's off. Okay, sorry. Yeah, it's just something I do. It's my thing. I punch people. I hit them hard. Maybe little, but I'm scrappy.
Indeed. Are you a religious man, Littleton? You ever
Depends
thought
who's up.
about following the lawbearer? Why not join our ranks?
Do I know anything about the lawbearer?
Nope. Well, you can roll a religion check if you want. Probably not.
It's a natural. It's a natural 20.
Oh, holy hell! Let's have a look then. Okay, you know that he's a great driving inspiration behind great inventions. Like things like architecture and things like that. He's been great being responsible for inspiration behind. He is, of course, does enforce rules and judgment upon people. The lawbearer has had a tremendous romance with the Wild Mother, and that's probably all you pick up, I would say. You do also know that there is a holy day for the lawbearer called Civilization's Dawn.
Okay. Thank you for your offer, kind dragon person. But my heart belongs to the knowing mistress. She has aided me well through this time.
Well, each to their own, I guess.
But good luck with your god.
And kind of like, yeah, should we call it a day? And kind of like punch each other's arms as like almost like loving brothers kind of would.
Oh, you've not hit me yet.
Oh, you want to have a go?
Yeah, go on.
Fair enough.
Give me your best shot. Go on. You fucking prick. Come on. Fucking do it. Fucking hit me now.
Go on, son.
Wow.
Fucking hit it. I'm still raging, you see, so
Give me a sec.
I'm role playing.
Let me get a character sheet open.
The fact you have a character sheet
Oh,
means
does it-
that you might have expected us to attack them,
Does
which
a,
I
thir-
quite
a
appreciate.
13 will miss anyway, so
Yeah.
even with advantage, he just goes for you. It's like, oh, you're quite a sprightly mover.
I'd like to think he hits me. It just doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
I'm just there with my chin out. I just walk away going prick.
I think he's going through puberty.
Just
Getting a
shut
bit
up.
leery for my
You
life.
don't understand me. You don't know what I've been through. Shut up, Dad. You don't understand. I'm gonna run to my room and slam the door.
I do the same in the opposite direction.
Did all that gold go in the bag of holding, or have we split it?
Split it.
I've added my my chunk to my character sheet.
Are you resting, guys?
Yes.
So you can
Yeah.
sort out all your full rest.
Finally.
I only get a
when-
half hit dice back.
How many? How do hit dice work? How do we get more?
You get back half of your expended. Oh no, sorry. You get back a number equal to half of your maximum hit dice rounded down. So 3, basically.
Sorry. Oh, I'm back to normal.
So I'm not. We have to take a slow day tomorrow.
While we're here, can I just check to see where they put if like Dalton takes off the pendant to sleep if he sleeps?
On my hit dice it says D4. I think I fucked up.
Probably, yeah. What's your hit dice?
That's
meant to
new
be?
though. D12. That's new though. That's not always been there.
Unless you've accidentally knocked it and changed the setting.
No, but next to hit dice, it never used to have like a dice size
Mm.
on my
Huh?
character sheet.
Oh, well, let me have a look because I'm not saying.
Am I right in thinking that?
Mine's a D4 as well.
Okay, so it must
You
have.
know, it's a newest update for Roll20. They fucked everyone over. Yeah, you just have to manually change it back.
Okay, cool.
Nearly got my players fucking killed. They tried to have a short rest and got like 12 hit points back. They're about to fight like a 700-foot tall earth elemental. Not weren't best pleased.
What are we supposed to be on?
Whatever your. So as a druid, you're D8s.
Cool,
Yeah.
thanks.
If you're not like punching people in the face actively, then you're a D8 unless you're a wizard, in which case
Cool.
get fucked. You're a barbarian, in which case the opposite of that.
Okay, so you each have a full rest. Skoplana, you do see Dalton sleeping. Go ahead and roll me a perception, investigation, because you're looking for something in particular. You do not see the pendant.
Okay.
Oh, the bastard! What on
So
him?
he's not wearing it, but you also don't see it.
Can I Lana, how badly do you want it?
Very.
Okay, I'm gonna cast what am I casting? Hold on. Locate object. I'm gonna pray to my hammer and cast locate object. I'm gonna try and locate the pendant.
You were getting all of the sweets.
you get a blip from nearby, and it's kind of hovering around the lower area where the weapons room was that the air genasi was talking about.
I'm going to relay that information to Goplana.
This is midnight, right?
It's,
I can.
I mean, it's late. Yeah.
Have I had a full rest already?
If you're looking for this would be in the middle of your long rest. So no.
Ah, I wouldn't have got back any shape shifting, would I?
Probably not.
Oh, bollocks. Okay.
You can wait till
Chirac?
morning, but you're at more high risk of getting caught.
Is Chirac sleeping in his shoes?
I take my shoes off when I sleep.
Fab, I'm gonna nick the shoes of Elvine for a moment.
As long as I get them back.
That's fine. And I'm gonna sneak my way down to see if I can find it.
Sure. So as you go
Makes
down
your
the
footsteps
stairs,
completely silent.
as you go down the stairs, you see Sook there leaning against the wall, head down. She actually wears like a almost like a fedora-looking hat, head down, and she's leaning against the wall, arms crossed, legs crossed. She hasn't spotted you, but you spotted her.
Okay.
There is a iron barred door and a room beyond it.
Okay. Okay.
The iron door is locked, it would appear.
I have nothing that can help me. Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna. Oh, there's nothing I can do here. Yeah, no, I'm gonna sneak back to bed and put the boots down like nothing had ever happened.
As you turn to walk back away, you hear, "Good move."
Oh, I hate you all.
It's almost like the DM doesn't want you to have it back.
It really is, isn't it?
I so want you to have it back. You were so
Why
close.
Bastard!
You're so
We could just tell the
close.
guards, like, we're gonna go back and make sure no one's fucking escaped. We
That
kind
was
of
my
need-
next idea.
Yeah. Just ask for it nicely.
Yeah, but that means being nice.
Yeah, it's not worked for us so far.
No.
Okay, right. Who's gonna be doing that then? Definitely not gonna be Lana. It's definitely not gonna be Summer.
But you all the others, all you still have your chains, your pendants.
We could just con the AI into giving us another one.
Yeah, can't be that hard. And at the end of the day, like, how much we use our pendants? You're the only one who used it. You used to have, since you're stealing all of my belongings.
I gave it back.
So do you go back to sleep? What are you doing?
Yeah.
More shifty
I'm
work?
I'm gonna plot for a while and then sulk and then go back to sleep.
Fair enough. Okay. You some time passes, you all drift off to sleep. Probably the best night's sleep you've had in a long time. You have left the sheets dirty, just so you know. And yeah, you wake up in the morning.
Can I take a shower?
There isn't anywhere here that seems to, well, not that you can see offhand that there is anywhere to shower, which is odd because all the guards actually look quite clean.
Can I ask them where they wash?
Who are you asking?
I'm gonna ask the dude I punched in the face.
Grunt.
Yeah, the Dragonborn.
Okay. So Grunt will say, well, you'd have to ask Atreus. He's got a little trick up his sleeve to keep us all clean.
Okay. Could I speak to Atreus? Before I go, I say to Grunt, Lana would really like her pendant back. Is there any way that she can have it back?
I think it needs recalibrating. Dalton said something
How-
about returning
how long
it
would that
after
take?
that. Well, not long. He's already gone to the AI room.
Okay, and then it would be for Goplana. It would have her name on it.
I don't know. I've never gone
Okay.
in there.
Okay. I'm
The
gonna go.
bastard's gonna change it so I'm the lowest grunt there is, isn't there? Oh, I'm gonna murder him.
Now registering Goplana, janitor.
I'm gonna go speak to the guy that he said to speak to about washing.
So you see a very like suave looking air genasi.
What was the Dragonborn called again? Gunther.
Grunt.
Grunt. Grunt said to speak to you about washing.
Well,
I've not washed in ages and I smell.
I can tell.
Don't you want? Can you help?
He really is going through puberty.
Yeah.
Good.
I got to look good for my gnome girls, my gnomish girls, my harem. And I kind of flex a little bit.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion.
I was going to say deception because I'm lying.
You've been persuading him to do something. And looks at you, is like, it's not within my remit. Sorry.
Oh. Okay. Thank you. Can I
Is
kick
your-
his shit and run away?
if that's what your character would do.
Yeah, I think so.
Kind of. Yeah, you hit. Go ahead and roll the attack.
It would be 4.
As you kick him, he
Oh,
goes.
I want to flip him off as I run away.
And you kind of hear the voice of Cassidy as you walk away. It's like, "It's only small. Don't worry about it. It's fine."
Flip off Cassidy as well.
You little. I don't even care. Okay. As you kind of gather your belongings, prepare for whatever your plans are for the day, you do hear the AI overspeak and says, registering 4 members. Level. Guards. Entry. Accepted. And you kind of see Dalton as he exits the AI room and he walks up to Shalarak and says, I have done what you have asked, but I do not think it is going to help us much. They each have their own agendas, of course. And you can hear Shalarak's response of, well, I think we may need all the help we can get, and if we do right by these new adventurers, I'm sure it will pay off long term, at least. Thank you, Dalton. Means a lot. And he begins to move to you, Jirak. It's like, I had a word with Dalton about the way in which he conducted the our encounter at the start, let's say. You all still have your pendants, but I think that they're not really going to be of much use to you when you can have these. At least they'll be registered under your own names. and he holds out 5 of these chains.
Are they the same? Are they the original ones that we had before? Or are they the new pendants that they have with the different symbols?
No, they have the same symbol on their pendant. It's their tunics that have a different symbol on.
It's tunic. Okay, right, yeah.
So they're the same symbol on the pendant, but these are registered under your names.
Well, this is a bit nicer, isn't it? Feels less like I'm using a fake ID, which technically we have been doing. Thank you very much.
I'm not sure in which instances these may help, but at least you are a form of honorary guard, if you like. But with the freedom of coming back and forth, you're not tied to the bounds that we are with our heritage and the promises we've made our ancestors.
Well, I can certainly respect keeping a promise to even yourself. And the ancestor thing, that's like my wheelhouse, I would say. So good on you for keeping it up. Is there any way that we can stay in contact with you in the event of, well, any sudden changes?
It's funny you've asked. The pendants, if you hold them to your chest, once a day you're able to send us a message. Only one, but that would be the way to communicate.
I feel that one, at least per pendant, should be more than enough in the event that we need to contact you. I have a feeling it will just be, in the event of a serious emergency, which hopefully we shouldn't be having too many of, but we'll see, I suppose.
But in addition, if you do happen to stop any criminals you would expect to be more dangerous than your run-of-the-mill, return them here. We'll lock them into a secure area, and they shouldn't be any hindrance to the land of Tal'Dorei.
Very well. And away we go. Do you happen to know, but is there a way we can get back to anywhere quickly from here, or is it just a matter of walking? There isn't
I mean, most people would
lives.
walk, but if you can persuade the censures, I'm sure they can shorten your distance quite a bit.
I'm sure we'll figure something out. Oh, does Whitestone have a airship port?
Can't say
That's
I've ever
more
been
to
to
the
Whitestone.
Okay, because I know Amon has one. Wow. Okay, cool. Anything else you want to do? I asked the group. Way off.
I think so.
Right then, and away we go.
So as you exit the building, outside is just like woodland. There are 4 large stone crystals that seem to be arcing off some sort of magical power, and every now and then it sparks. But there's 6 centaurs that stand around the area. There seems to be like a makeshift camp outside the Paloram's door. They seem to be well adversed in hunting and such. They have like deer's leather and such hanging off of their backs and so on. Each of them holding a spear. there seems to be like a barrier surrounding the area, as the color of the grass seems to change slightly beyond like a barrier. So the grass within is much greener and darker, richer looking. Beyond a certain point, it starts to like dull out.
Hmm. All right, let's be off.
Okay.
And we are headed to, I think, Joran, Western, Stilburn is the order of events,
Okay.
right?
So
I think.
from where you are, the best route is of course taking the route to where the Terst Fields is, following the route round, and to Joran. But if there's anywhere in between there, let me just check.
Nick,
Yes.
a while ago, I remember Elshan saying something about calling on someone to like help us walk through trees or something.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be a now thing? Could I call?
Do you remember
To,
who to
like-
call?
I think it was Elshan.
Okay. Yeah, you'd have to be able to send him a message.
Oh, am I only linked up to Zephyr?
I think you learnt the spell, didn't you?
Oh, right. Okay. I'm gonna send a message to I'm gonna try and get it to Elshan and
Okay.
just hope to get the...
You're familiar with Elshan, so knowing the spell. What was it? Was it sending or message that I gave you?
message.
Yeah. So yeah, you should be fine.
Okay. Gonna be like hi, it's Lana. Spoke to you a while ago. You said something about helping us get through places quicker. We're currently outside, about 5 days travel from Whitestone. We need to get to Joran Village. Can you help us with that? Thanks. You can reply to this message. Yes.
I can assist you, Goplana, but I would need to know your exact location. The trees around there are temperamental at best. Just additionally, we do have some problems of our own. The Bramblewood Forest is in a state of decay, a rapid decay, it would seem.
Oh dear.
Well, we've got to find out where the decay is centered then. Put that on the list.
Good. Gonna go again. Do you know where it's coming from? Would that be from the mountain or?
There has been a storm raging for quite some time now. It seems to be growing. The source is not clear, but it seems to be coming from Gadshadow itself. We've sent a party out to investigate further. Zeppelin is one of those that volunteered.
Awesome. Thanks. I'll get back to you with a location. Then I'm gonna go for Zephyr and hi, it's Lana. It's been a while, I know. Gat Shadow, any updates?
Kind of hear hi, Goplana. It's a little busy now. I've just got to deal with this.
She's smoking up, mate. Check the clock. It's between 4:19 and 4:21.
Oh okay. Speak to you soon. Stay safe. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And then okay. So if we find out where exactly we are, we can get to Joran quicker, so we don't have to trapaze straight through every
all
bit
you
of land.
need, and you kind of have a small understanding of this spell because you've seen it before. All you would need is a if you like, a landmark of sorts, a very identifiable tree, like one that seems to stand out from the rest in some form of way that you can easily identify.
Is there one here?
As you look around, not at this spot. It's kind of hard. The forestry here is quite dense, and the trees do kind of look the same.
Okay. When I find something that's vaguely recognizable, I'll let them know.
Okay. So it does take you about an hour to find something that you would consider distinguishable against the rest. So are you attempting to relay that information again?
Yeah.
Sure. Yes, sure, Goplana. The tree sounds familiar. Give me some time to prepare, and we'll be along shortly.
Cool. If we rest our heels here for now, then that'd be a good chat.
That is true. And that is a good point to finish the session, I believe.